upset. The unified team has knocked off the United States.
Shocked in '92, the U.S. women's basketball dreams of gold were shattered in Barcelona. With a new beginning to their journey, their leader, Teresa Edwards, an Olympian since 1984, has waited 4 years for redemption.
1, 2, 3, USA!
Dedication, pride, and sacrifice symbolize this veteran squad. With exceptional confidence and superior skills, the United States is the favorite to prevail in their homeland. For Georgia's native Teresa Edwards, this long journey must end in gold.
For the glory of sport, for the honor of our team.
Welcome to Morehouse College, one of 2 venues for basketball at these Olympic Games, and where the United States women's basketball team's quest for gold begins today against Cuba. Early first half opening round for the USA women at Morehouse College. They're trailing Cuba 18-13 with just over 13.5 remaining in that opening half. A very impressive start for Cuba, Shara Miller.
Oh, Cuba doing an excellent job on the offensive boards. That's what basically has them up by 5 right now. Martinez, Victorez, Sano have done an excellent job on the boards.
Cuba with more offensive rebounds than the USA has total rebounds, 7-6. And another 7-point lead for Cuba. Katie Stedding has checked in for the first time for USA. That's her down low. Stedding with a nice bank shot. Stedding, of course, played for Tara Vanderveer at Stanford. Fight underneath. Stedding, some good energy off the bench. Will have a jump ball. Of course, USA trailing right now by 5. Turnovers and rebounding have hurt them, Charles.
Yeah, turnovers and rebounding. Cuba doing a very good job on the offensive boards, keeping the ball alive, giving them opportunities, second and third opportunities at the basket. But, you know, the United States right now, they have a chance to get back into this game. Certainly a lot of time. They just need to settle down, play their game, and get back into transition defense.
In terms of turnovers, 5-1 right now. USA with the 5. Martinez wins that easily. Sano from 3. Lacey, good boxing out, and tracks it down. Here's Teresa Edwards on the break. Beautiful fade, and Katrina McClain finishes it off.
That's perhaps one of the best 1-2 punches in the world, Katrina McClain and Teresa Edwards.
They did it at the University of Georgia. They've done it now for 3 Olympics together. This, of course, though, Edwards' 4th Olympics. Standing with the steal.
Great anticipation by Katie Stedding.
Another nice speed from Edwards. Bolton couldn't handle it, but that's because she got fouled. And here's where the defense is what ignites the USA.
Well, the defense right now, the United States are starting to really wear on the Cuban team. But, you know, you talk about a great tandem. Look at this. They just see each other so well, but nice bounce pass, but off the knees of Ruthie Bolton.
Dawn Staley, former Virginia All-American, checks in. And Ruthie Bolton. Teresa Edwards sit down. Also Nikki McCray out of Tennessee in the game for the first time. Stedding, an excellent 3-point shooter, short on that one. Staley, the offensive rebound.
If there's been one tag or one weakness that this United States team has, it's the fact that the perimeter game hasn't always been that consistent.
Venus Lacey drawing the foul. Martinez picks up her first. And Lacey, who joined the team late, again, the national team went on a 14-month tour, but Lacey joined them for the last 6 games. Tara Vanderveer needed some size and bulk, and she has it in Venus Lacey, who is an experienced international player.
Well, I really like Venus Lacey. I think that was a great addition to this team. Lacey is the enforcer. I mean, they needed some bulk underneath. And, you know, a lot of people don't give her credit. She has a nice touch around the basket and is quick.
Lacey, 29 years old, from Ruston, Louisiana, hitting the first one. Tara Vanderveer happy to get this first game in the Olympics underway. All the players said it's so nice to play for real.
I think the entire team is just happy. They no longer have to beat up on each other.
Stedding gets the rebound, but a shot blocked nicely by Victorez. And here comes Cuba. You don't have to worry about the shot clock expiring in this one. Lacey with the block. First an international play. Shot clock, a 30-second shot clock, just like the NCAA women. 3-point distance a little different 20 feet 6 inches as opposed to 19.9 in college. As Leslie turns around and gets her first field goal.
Very important for Lisa Leslie to get really untracked offensively. And once she establishes position down there on the block, she's virtually unstoppable.
7 straight points for the USA, and they've tied it at 20. With just over 11.5 remaining here in the first.
Now look at the position of Lisa Leslie. Once she gets the ball's going to be rotated back down on the baseline. Look at that. Spins. That's automatic.
More substitutions. Judith Aguilar, number 8, coming in for Cuba. Olga Vahil inbounds. Leslie on the weak side, rebound off the miss. And here comes Dawn Staley. Staley out of Philadelphia. Leslie down low for Lacey, who appeared to be held on the play.
They definitely locked some arms down there.
And the crowd doesn't like it. Here's another turnover. The heel was out of control. Leslie leads the break. Stedding steps back. Three-pointer. Katie Stedding from downtown.
You have to like the versatility of Lisa Leslie. Not too many 6'5" post players that can start the break and then dish it off to an open Katie Stedding.
USA regaining the lead on a 10-0 run. It's 23-20. And the crowd very vocal. They've sold it out here at Morehouse. Martinez. Wild move. And she is fouled. Good extra effort from Jamile Martinez. USA, though, coming on strong. And again, the defense able to turn it around.
Like I said, there's not too many players that are 6'5". Now watch, she's going to dish it right out to Stedding. She's going to step back, spot up, nothing but net.
Stedding caps it off, 23-20. The Americans lead, 10.5 to play. After trailing by 7 earlier, USA on a 10-0 run. And with 10:46 remaining in the first, they lead Cuba 23-20. Along with Cheryl Miller, Mike Breen on hand at Morehouse College. Opening round game for the USA. Martinez does not connect. Enriquez and one. Chance of a three-point play. And Trudes Gomez hitting that basket.
Sorry about that, Mike, but one of the main reasons why the United States went on that 10-0 run was their defense, but they are still getting beat on the offensive boards. They're doing a very good job of contesting the shot, but they're leaving their player and heading to the basket. You can't afford to do it. You have to check your player, put a body on him, and then go to the basket.
And completes the three-point play. This game a rematch of the 1992 bronze medal game. USA winning that one. Cuba has never won a medal in women's basketball. USA only wants one medal in the 96 games, and that's the goal. Deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Cuba, so USA will inbound. Katie Stedding to Staley. Nikki McCrae up top. Lisa Leslie and Katrina McLean also on the court. Stedding another three. This one doesn't go, but Leslie tracks down the rebound. Deflected out of bounds once again. Del Rio Lopez shouting the instructions.
And trying to get information out of him is a very tough ordeal.
Game tied at 23. Nikki McCrae attempts her first shot. Won't go. Kept alive, but Cuba comes away. Dahlia Henry. Nice spin move. And Leslie gets the rebound. Good balance. Again, the break. Stanley trying no look pass, and Leslie completes it.
Oh, the one thing you can't do when Dawn Staley is on the floor is look away, because she will nail you with a pass. Boy, she is exciting to watch in the open court.
Martinez can't get it. Gets her own rebound again. Leslie tips it. This one right to Henry. And Lisa Leslie's going to be called for a foul. But they are really doing a job in terms of getting in transition now.
I'll tell you, Dawn Staley is absolutely sensational in the open court, and Lisa Leslie is going to take no look pass. But right now, Lisa is down at the other end of the floor. She was battling for that rebound, and it looks like she might have hit her head on the ground.
If there is one player the United States team cannot lose, it's Lisa Leslie.
No question. She is the rock of this team. She has team's leading score,
See how she does. Good active play from both teams down low.
And you see Martinez falls on her leg, and she's hit on one side and then hits the floor as she's on the way down.
The right leg on a bad angle as she fell down, but that doesn't appear to be what's bothering her right now. She's going to come out and relax a little bit. Looks more like she got whacked on the head than anything else. 9.5 to play in the first half. USA leading Cuba by 2. USA women's Olympic basketball team, their opening round game at Morehouse College today. And they lead Cuba 30-25 with 7:32 remaining here in the first half. A first half that for Tara Vanderveer had some anxious moments. They trailed by 7 early.
Well, Lisa got tangled up going for a rebound, came down hard on another player's knee, was hit in the temple, was shaken up a little bit walking over to the bench, but I'm sure she will return.
She appears to be okay, but has not come back in as Steading hits 1 of 2 free throws. 6-point lead now for USA. That's Dahlia Henry. Maria Leon. Brazil Herrera. Good hands again, almost a steal from Staley, then gets it on the second effort as Victorious falls on the board. Both coaches substituting quite a bit here early on for the USA right now. Jennifer Azzi comes in for the first time. She's out there, Rebecca Lobo, Carla McGee, Katie Steading, and Dawn Staley.
Again, you have to talk about the defensive hustle by this team. Even though they didn't get the steal right here, Dawn Staley very active. You can see that defensively now it's starting to pick up for Team USA.
So the official report from the USA bench, a bump on the head for Lisa Leslie. So she should be okay. 7:14 remaining in this first half. 6-point lead for USA. One of thousands upon thousands of volunteers who help make these games work. They've been busy here at Morehouse. Today, the first day of the women's competition. Lobo and Victorious. No alternate possession in international ball. They jump them up. Maria Leon. Azzi deflects it. Ball still loose. Here's Staley. Lobo all alone. Good hands to handle the pass on the run.
Well, I'm really happy to see Rebecca Lobo really playing well. The first couple of months joining the United States team, she struggled a little bit, lost a little bit of confidence. Teresa Edwards took her underneath her wing, and she's playing real well right now.
Biggest lead of the game for the USA, and Rebecca Lobo gets the feed. She has 4 points now.
When Dawn Staley's on the floor, you're always looking up, but then again, nice to have Rebecca Lobo, 6'5", able to run the floor, successful college career at Connecticut.
Martinez coming back in for Cuba. Certainly Lobo, one of the reasons of the popularity of the women's game in the past couple of years. Really, Cheryl Swoops in '93 started off again a rebirth. And then Lobo with the great year at UConn, as you mentioned, Cheryl.
Well, you just have to, I mean, that just shows you the growth of women's basketball. Every year, another dominant, great player that captures the attention of the media and of the society. That you just, women's basketball is on the rise. And these women know that they are part of taking women's basketball to the next level.
7-point lead for USA, 6:35 remaining. Azzi the penetration. Steading, nice head fake, sets for 3, won't go down. And here's another turnover. Staley stays back on defense. Beautiful feed to Steading.
Unbelievable.
Dawn Staley some showtime. And a sellout crowd at Morehouse on their feet.
Before the competition started, I talked to Coach Vanderveer and asked her why Dawn Staley wasn't starting. She was having some problems with her knees, a little tendonitis, but Dawn Staley with the fresh legs playing some great basketball right now.
And Maria Leon seemed a little frustrated by the pressure defense. Again, as we said earlier, it's the type of defense that annoys you and wears on you.
Oh, they just wear on you. I'll tell you, I really like to watch Dawn Staley play. She's always lurking. But look at this. She's going to find a player. A little Magic Johnson flair. Oh, made it look easy.
26-year-old Dawn Staley, who's played 3 years professionally in Italy, France, Brazil, Spain. Ismael Leon hits the first one. Second one also good. And the lead remains 7 for the USA. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ara Vanderveer has gone to a bench. McGee out to Stedding. And Stedding bumped on the way. USA started very sluggishly. Trailed by 7 early. They were turning the ball over. Many second shot opportunities for Cuba. But the defense helped them turn it around offensively. They've got a number of fast break baskets, and you get the feeling that they're starting to get very comfortable, Cheryl.
Well, two things that Tara Vanderveer told me earlier today that stands out about the United States team is that number one is their conditioning program. These women are physically fit. And number two, defensively, they're just going to grind you, wear you down, and you add those two, you combine those two together, and hey, they can make it a very long evening for you.
Setting, what a spark off the bench. You see her numbers. Leading scorer thus far, Carla McGee. Won't go down, but another rebound. Rebecca Lobo stepped out of bounds. 5:39 remaining in the first half. USA leading Cuba by 8. The United States women favorites to win the gold medal here in their opening game, having their hands full in the first half. 2:20 remaining. The lead is 10, but they trailed by 7 earlier in the half, and their defense has been the key reason for the turnaround. Along with Cheryl Miller, Mike Green on hand, Morehouse College, Rebecca Lobo finds Venus Lacey, and the crowd loves it. Katie Stedding has it blocked, and here comes Cuba on the fast break. Ruthie Bolton tracks it down with another steal for the Americans.
Well, Ruthie Bolton, certainly one of the defensive specialists on this United States team, is so quick, so active with her hands.
Stedding, three-pointer no good. Lacey keeps it alive, and Lobo is found.
Rebecca Lobo has been playing extremely well, hitting the boards, crashing the boards, making sure that she's active on around the basket, doing an excellent job.
46-36, a 10-point lead. Yankee owner George Steinbrenner patriotic today. USA's led by as many as 13 again after a slow start. And Lobo, who, as we mentioned earlier, really struggled early on the exhibition tour for the national team, had no international experience. She credits Teresa Edwards for staying after practice, really working with her, for really helping her become a vital part of this team.
Well, Teresa found herself in the same position during the 1984 Olympics. She was the youngest player on the team, didn't see a lot of playing time, and just really tried to take Rebecca Lobo underneath her wing, and it's paid off.
Three-pointer for Cuba, and it's back to a 9-point lead. Yosotis Lagno from downtown. Lobo with 3. Stedding keeps it alive. All knocked away. And this is a very physical game. Stedding got whacked in the head. Yeah, that last basket by Cuba important because USA starting to pull away.
Well, in the beginning, they were really having a tough time trying to establish the perimeter game, but it certainly wasn't the case on that time.
1:19 remaining in the first half. Stedding appears to be okay. She has played extremely well. Leading scorer for the USA with 9 points.
You know, whether, Mike, you are a aggressive or physical player, you have to like international basketball. I mean, they normally say no harm, no foul.
Stedding did not connect. Lacey, another offensive rebound. Venus Lacey, what a first half she's having. 7 points off the bench. And that's been the real key for the Americans.
Stedding, Lobo, Lacey have all come in and played some quality minutes.
Lacey a little over-aggressive on that play, but her over-aggressiveness was quite successful on this one.
Like I said, that's the reason why Venus Lacey is on the team. She's the enforcer. Look at the offensive rebound. You have to put 2 bodies on this young lady.
And she's such an emotional lift, too. Very expressive out on the floor. And even though she didn't go through the 14th month tour, she comes off There was no resentment from the players. They really accepted her, and she's become a major part of what they've done prior to that.
Well, I would really like to see someone trying to not accept 6'4", 190. I'd really like to see somebody on that team give her a hard time.
Jamile Martinez at the line. Cannot connect. Teresa Edwards tracking it down. And that's where the guards have helped out here in the first half, helping out on the boards. 11-point lead for the United States. And a whistle away from the ball. That's going to be Enriquez. And that'll be her fourth. And that is hurt because she started off strong for Del Rio Lopez, but has spent most of the first half on the bench.
Well, Enriquez is really finding herself having to defend like a litany of post players, all of them very active and very physical.
Timeout. 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. After a sluggish start, the Americans feeling comfortable. They lead Cuba by 11.
We will now take a look at some more women's basketball, the USA versus Cuba. Here's Mike Breen and Cheryl Miller.
United States leading by 13, 71-58 with 14:37 remaining. The USA women getting it done on the fast break.
Well, the transition game has just been spectacular for the United States. Defensively, they've been very solid in the second half so far.
United States women struggled early. They were down by 7, were turning the ball over, but then stormed back, led by a sensational play by the bench. Solid defense. And here's another turnover forced by the excellent defense. Lisa Leslie starting to come down, goes down hard. USA received a scare in the first half. She went down, took a while to get up, whacked her head pretty well. As McLean gets the rebound. She did not play the rest of the first half, but she has come out strong here in the second half.
9 points already for Lisa. She came out with a couple quick baskets, has been very aggressive.
Cheryl Swoops giving the USA their largest lead of the game now at 73-58.
We talk about the transition game of the U.S. See Cheryl Swoops right there, but also it's always been led by Teresa Edwards.
But again, the story in the first half was the bench. Katie Stedding, Venus Lacey, Rebecca Lobo really energized the team after a sluggish start. You have your 15-point advantage right now. Dalia Henry down low. Aguilar with the basket. Cuba hanging around.
Cuba really started off well in the first half, Mike, but Enriquez got into foul trouble, and that kind of curtailed their offense a little bit. But again, Lisa Leslie, so quick, so versatile down low. If you have to put a body on her, otherwise it's an automatic.
Apparently, her head is okay. 11 of her 18 points here in the second half. Again, the lead is 15, and another turnover. Cheryl Swoops ahead of the pack, gets it knocked away. And right now with a 15-point lead, 13:09 remaining in the second half. Let's go back to the broadcast center.
All right, Mike Breen, thank you. 15-point lead, as you said a few minutes ago, actually it was about an hour ago, there's a lot more pressure on this U.S. women's team. Maybe they've gotten over that now, just hitting a stride.
I think they're showing how strong a team they are because they had such good play coming off the bench. They are ready to play, and after that long workout before the Olympics, I'm sure they're glad they got it going.
All right, we'll have more basket.
We return to more women's basketball, the USA versus Cuba. Once again, here's Mike Breen and Cheryl Miller.
United States in control now after struggling the first half. And a little scare from Lisa Leslie when she got hurt. Leslie has turned it on. 16 of her 23 points have come here in the second half. And the USA now their largest lead of the game, a 19-point advantage, Cheryl.
Well, Lisa Leslie, one thing about her, she is a warrior. She came back extremely hard in the second half, had some great baskets. The bench has been sensational. The defense got better and better as the day went on.
And we've seen that time and time again. A steal at one end and a transition basket the other end.
Well, transition has been the bread and butter for the United States team. Ruthie Bolton, Teresa Edwards, Dawn Staley have been leading the charge the entire day.
A 10-2 run now by USA. Again, this is the largest lead at 21. Tara Vanderveer has to be happy with opening up this way.
Well, most definitely. I mean, I think she was a little upset that the team came out a little bit flat, but I think it was more from emotion and nerves. They turned it on.
And perhaps the best part, again, has been the defensive effort. And here you see Staley. She's come up with numerous.
Well, Staley has been like that the entire day. She is making sure that her hands are active, moving her feet. She's always in the right place at the right time. It's called anticipation.
And then not only the defense, but the depth, and that's what's made this team so strong. They wear teams down, and that certainly happened against Cuba today.
Well, what I like about the American team is they're very deep, but minutes aren't a concern for these players. They want to just get in and contribute because the bottom line for them is winning the gold medal.
Jamile Martinez hits for Cuba. Still a 19-point advantage, just under 6.5 to play here in the second half. Minutes, again, not a priority. As you look during the 52-game national tour, everybody averaged in double-figure minutes. Nobody more than 22 minutes. And some good hustle. 87-68. The USA in control with 6:15 remaining in the second. Let's go back to the studio.
Not bad.
No, not at all. You know who really impressed me is Dawn Staley. She is the John Stockton of women's basketball. Just with all the dishes and that tough defense.
If Team USA wins this one, then they move on to play.
Welcome back. We'll get back to gymnastics in just a minute. But first, let's go back out now to the conclusion of the USA versus Cuba. Mike Breen and Cheryl Miller.
Under a minute to play as the USA women wrapping up a victory here in their first outing of the 96 games. An outing that started off slow, but an impressive second half. Cheryl Miller.
Defense has always been the jump start for this team. They got it going in the first and second half. The bench has been sensational. Katie Standing, Venus Lacey, Jennifer Azzi, Rebecca Lobo. This team has put it together in this game.
99-82. They've led by as many as 21 in the second half. Lisa Leslie leading the way with 26, but good balance after that. And there's the defense again. Bala won't go. And Trudes Gomez will go to the free throw line. But of course, a lot of tough opposition ahead. Even though the Americans are the favorite for the gold medal, it's not going to be easy for them. And for Coach Tara Vanderveer, they'll face Ukraine on Tuesday in the second game.
Well, they played Ukraine 7 times during their exhibition games, beat them by an average of 21 points. Certainly not overlooking their opponents, but you right now have to give the United States the nod as far as the gold medal. Again, Mike, nothing is guaranteed. You have to give Brazil, China, and Russia their credit too.
And Australia also much improved. They're in the same pool as USA. And another fast break basket as they put the finishing touches on a very impressive victory in front of a sellout and very loud crowd. (101-83), an 18-point advantage, and that final foul on Jennifer Azzi will delay the celebration, the official celebration.
Well, it's been the team's expectation to come out and play well. They've been together for a full year. They want to come out and show the world that women's basketball is ready to take the next step, and that is professional basketball.
Ukraine coming up on Tuesday. Zaire, South Korea, and Australia also in the same pool. And the buzzer will wrap it up. USA women's quest for gold starts off impressively with a 17-point victory over Cuba. Final score for Tara Vanderveer's Americans, 101-84. Lisa Leslie leads the way with 26.
Well, Greg, the women's team breathed a sigh of relief, not so much for the victory, but from all that practice to finally get a chance to get started trying to get that gold medal.
And now, as Mike and Cheryl say, they move on to play Ukraine on Tuesday. Ukraine a winner today, incidentally, having defeated Zaire 81-65. And as you mentioned, all through this tournament, no matter how well they do, they're going to be compared with their American counterparts on the other side.
They really are, but they should be confident going against Ukraine because they beat them a few times on their 52-game tour.
They'll be glad to know you said so. Time to take you back to